lost for words. I've never been lacerated so lovingly before.
Dog, this is too much for no reason.
Perhaps this is being too forward. But could you flog me senseless like this? From now
I didn't know you get down like this.
I promise I'll make you satisfied.
Dog, I've gotten whipped before at a night spot.
Oh, that's quite a tempting offer.
Had my back bleeding and everything.
A man who loves pain and a woman who lives to give it.
No, it was in Cali.
I guess. Huh. Wonder what they named their kid.
I got it was the first like after hours spot, and yeah, I got bodied. I was what's the word? I was volunteered. and the crazy thing is, not only was I volunteered, they actually had to pay for it. So I had to pay, not me though, somebody paid it for me. They had to pay for me to get beat down. And so I had to take off my shirt. They put me on a literal cross, and she wailed on me. But the funny thing is that, yeah, she put me on a cross. Yeah, the cross was it was leaning forward, so I was kind of like this, and so like it was already hurting. All right, this is the thing. It already hurt, but I was trying to be a man. I was trying to be like extra manly about it. So afterwards, right? Like, so mind you, there's a crowd, and they're watching me. So afterwards, she walks up to me. She's like, "Hey, how do you feel?" And I'm like, I feel all right, all right. And she's like, "Well, for some reason you're taking this a lot better than I thought you would, right?" And I'm like, I mean, like, I didn't say it, but I am from New York, right? So like I've dealt with a lot of pain. So I'm trying to take it like a man, you can't show emotion. And so she's like, "All right, well, how about I go as hard as I can?" And I was like, I mean, sure. And I kid you not, man. So she had this OD whip, right? I think it was like, it was like a flog thing. I forgot exactly how it looked like. It had the little whippy things, but the heavy like leather one. And yeah, she went to town on my back. Like I actually felt like my spine was gonna bend. Like she was making actual dents in my back. And so like literally like you know I don't know if you guys ever watched Starship Troopers? When he kills the friend by accident, and then they have him hanging, and it's like, you need 10 lashes, and the lashes, and you see him like hanging like that. That was my back. Yeah, bite on this. And at the end of it, like, it, like, okay, I don't knock things, right? Like, if that's what you're into, that's what you're into, right? Pleasure is pain on some freaking Hellraiser type stuff. But my back, my back was bleeding. Okay, I was bleeding, And so like I get off, put my shirt back on, and she's like, so my friend walks up to me. He's like, okay, so, you know, how was it? I'm like, I'm dying. You know, right? So like, mind you, like a few people clap. You know, like somebody walks up to me. He's like, oh man, I wish that was me. You know, like these are like vampires. Like they look like monsters. Okay, like I think I saw Frankenstein, freaking werewolf. I saw a lot of stuff. So I'm just like, yeah, you know, sure, all right. And then all of a sudden, she walks up to me. She's like, okay, like, you have to kiss my feet. And I'm like, what? She's like, mind you, she was an Asian actually. It was kind of interesting because everybody else was white, but she was like the only Asian there, and so she had like these freaking, she had these giant freaking colossal goddamn shoe boot platforms. I don't even know what to call it. And I'm like, what? And my friend's like, yo, like, you know, don't be disrespectful. I'm just looking at him like, are you for real? So she's like, well, if you don't want to kiss my feet, then you're gonna have to you're gonna have to give me another tip. And I'm like, what? You know. So I'm like, you know what? Whatever, dog. Whatever. I got down on my knees, on my hands and knees, and I had to kiss her feet, yo. Like a goddamn dog. Oh, she's lucky she was attractive, cause that was oof. I'm telling you, man, that was an experience, you know, cause like that place was rough, man. They were doing all sorts of drugs and freaking. And the weirdest part was that the whole place was a fog. Like, you could barely see clearly. That's how rough that place was. I'm like, oh man, like they really got people like from under the stairs, monsters. But it was an experience, you know, like I obviously you can laugh about it. Not something, you know, I would pay for, but experience nonetheless. Give me that sub. Support the homie, support the cause.